The Devotional and Books podcast consists of short episodes that inspire you to grow a love for God and to become more passionate about fulfilling your purpose. Thank you again for connecting back and listening. Be sure to hit the follow button to be alerted when a new episode gets posted, and please share this podcast with those who you love and want to encourage. And now, this week's episode, Receive the Desires of Your Heart. This week's scriptural read is coming from Psalms chapter 37, verse 4. And it says, "Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart." Psalmist and King David provides best practices for receiving an open hand from God in the passage of the scripture. As we prepare to be ushered into a new year, I want to encourage you to allow your roots to grow deeper in God. Meditating on this passage of scripture, specifically focusing on verse 4, "Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart." Merriam-Webster's verb definition of desire says, to take great pleasure. I want to go into a different direction with this word delight. A missing ingredient that is often missed in our exchange with God is that we grow when we plant ourselves, when we position and our posture our will for God's. Obedience was the word that kept coming to mind as I prepared for this episode. I want to provide the example of Joshua after he was installed as leader after the death of Moses. Big shoes to fill. However, God encouraged Joshua to stay committed to the book of the law he gave to Moses and to meditate on it both day and night, meaning praying and speaking the book of the law out loud into his atmospheres. You can read Joshua chapter 1 for full context. Joshua, I imagine, was nervous and perhaps afraid. Would the Israelites respect him? Would they obey his instructions? Would they support him? Would he be able to carry out God's orders successfully? All questions anyone who steps into a new role of leadership would have. However, Joshua had God leading him. All he needed to do was obey, be courageous, and not afraid. In executing these attributes, Joshua was able to cross the Jordan River into the land God gave the Israelites. Verses 3 through 4 states, "I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. Your territory will extend from the desert to Lebanon, and from the great river, the Euphrates, all the Hittite country, to the Mediterranean Sea in the west." Wow, that's a lot of territory and opportunity to build legacy. In delighting God, obeying his commands specific to your purpose, receive favor, deliverance, peace, to name a few. What areas do you need to delight yourself more in the Lord? Is it reading more? Speaking the word out loud into your atmospheres? Praying that God's will be done? Take a page out of Joshua's journey. Obey, be courageous, and not afraid. Experience God differently in the upcoming new year. Better yet, start now. Commit to yielding God's instructions. You won't lose when you do. Need more encouragement for daily tools you can use in growing your relationship with God? Visit the tab Short Devotionals in the Devotional and Books app, available in the Apple and Google Play stores. Further strengthen your development in Christian living by connecting daily to other tools of empowerment in the app. Make sure your notifications are turned on to receive alerts, and follow this podcast on your favorite listening platforms. And please, give this app a star rating. This will help me reach more people in the world, empowering them to grow a love for God. I'm Otisha E., author and app developer of Devotional and Books.